Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio, highlighting the spirit of the shore from those who call it home.
I am David Allen Rogers, born in Nassau, Virginia, and raised here in Painter, Virginia. I was born to Mary and Jeff Rogers. I guess when I think about my first dreams is I have to go back to my earliest memory. My earliest memory is working in what they called back then the fields. You drove down Indian Trail, so on both sides we worked the fields of Indian Trails. So while working the fields, you start dreaming. You start dreaming about what you believe will increase your value, your self-worth, your political standings. You start trying to break out of the caste because you're feeling like for all intents and purposes, a dirty worker. And nobody has told you that dirt is really soil. And that if you change the wording, it changes the purpose. So I started out, and my pain was the gentleman that we worked for had a Mercedes-Benz. So I started my journey searching after a Mercedes-Benz. And I received a Mercedes-Benz. I got several of them. But oh, did they cost me. They've cost me a marriage, an amazing first wife. Oh man, it cost me because when you're broken from a dirty spot, meaning you're trying to get dirt off you with possessions, and you don't realize that it's a spiritual thing that you need lifted off of you because you're believing you've been oppressed and you've been nowhere near it. You've actually been blessed because a man that can grow his own food is a blessing. And I was raised to know how to grow my own food. And I thought that was a burden, not an inheritance. So my life changed when I learned that it was an inheritance, but these lessons and these blessings and these dreams, they came after me taking ownership of all of my mess ups. In me searching for my dreams, I wrecked some lives. I was a young parent, a young husband, and you make choices that are selfish because you think your dream of success is what will make everybody happy, when really what everybody needs is the father, the man, the stability, the love, the nurturing, the time. Very little money. Very little money. You can shoestring something together. Very little money. But I thought I could buy all of that stuff. And it wasn't until I lost all of it, I realized the main thing I still had was me, and I had the faith in what my mother had taught me. My village was still around me. And there are some people that are in your life that you may not talk to every day, you may not see every day, but they're feeling for you. They're watching for you. They're listening for you. And let them help you. When I lost it all, I had to go back to my mother's house. I had to go back to my mother's house, and I'm a grown man. I'm with a career. You get what I mean? I was the chief of police when I lost it all. With my mother being who she is. She said, "Hey boy, you messed up. Get up and come on." She kept me busy. I would go to work, and then when I would come home, she would send me to art shows. She kept me busy. Get up and find those people that I've told you over and over that they love you with the things they do. They've showed up with meals. They've showed up, and every now and then they take their old elbow and they, "Hey, where you been?" They question you about what you're doing with your life subtly. That's their way of telling you they care. I found those people when I lost it all. And they raised me up. Mama Girl Folk Art, everybody will see, you will see a watermelon sun. All right, my inheritance, Mama Girl Folk Art. I asked Mama, why so many watermelons? She said, because of the seeds. I said, what do you mean? She said, when I was a kid, all these farmers around here had watermelon field. And we would go, we'd bust the watermelon open, and we would eat the seeds. And wherever we spit the seeds out, they would grow. She said, one day I was sitting, and it dawned on me that every conversation was a seed. And that God had blessed her with the ability to go to art shows to plant seeds. As my mother's apprentice, I was commissioned to go around the country planting her seeds of hope, the mama girl seeds. That's what gave me the ability to speak, the ability to love, the ability to care, and it honed in my feelings. I could feel people. I could feel their pain, and I would plant a seed on top of their pain. On top of their pain, people would come into the booth saying that they're ugly. I said, nah, ugly is an action, not a look. Ugly is an action. So, you know what I mean? Just that little change. Ugly is an action, not a person. Just that little seed lift the burdens up off somebody. All right? The lady that was here early, the customer, she says, I don't really know what my gift is, so I don't believe I have any value. I said, we all have value. We all have a gift. The only thing that's needed is a little buffing. A little buffing. I said, but buffing it takes time. I was in the military. You can't just go and put your stuff on there and shine. No. If you want to have that glass shine, you got to buff. You spit on it. You buff it out. So planting the seeds, it's amazing because half the time you don't even know you're doing it. Because you can plant a seed from the way you dress. From the way you dress, and even a smile. We exist because we have the creator or a creative source inside of us, and it will not be diminished. It will not be cheated out of creation. So every day it wants us to be a main factor or a collaborative factor in creation. And that's what I get to do now. I get to do this with my wife. I get to do this with my kids. I get to do it with myself. I'm not satisfied until David has created something. These pictures, these come from me sitting in the shop. Sitting in here waiting on people to pick up their orders, but I just can't sit idle. Every man that falls down dreams of getting up. And when he's down there wallowing in his own self-made situation, and he finally looks around and says, I've done this to me. I've done this to me. And then you run and you try to find everybody to apologize. Man, I'm going to apologize to everybody. I want to break bread because you know that there's a universal debt that must be paid. And I want to go ahead and pay the bill because I still have this dream. The dream is to be useful, to be helpful. I guess if I had to teach a lesson, is love, man. And don't make your love contingent upon anything. No race, no color, no wealth, no nothing. Love simply out of the fact that if you were in the same situation, how would you want them to treat you?
For Shore Perspectives and WESR Radio, I'm Kelley Gaskell.